publications and now HAPS News as well. Good to see you. Hope you're all well. It's Friday, September 11th, and for many of us, most of us in this country, it's a somber day. The anniversary of the attacks on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon and the airline flight to Pennsylvania. So I thought I would draw about that today. I'm a cartoonist and writer, and I draw on this broadcast, so you can watch me draw something. I do political cartoons, but I also do cartoons about life in general. So let's see who's here. Anybody here? Not yet. Good to see you guys. I'm in New York City. You can see beautiful day today, just like it was. Is it 19 years now? Forget the anniversaries. Yes, 19 years. I was not living in New York City at the time. I had moved out. I used to live in, when I first was starting my profession, I lived in New York City for 10 years, and then I moved out of the city to raise my children in the countryside of New York, but not in the city proper. And so I was not here when 9/11 happened, and I was close, and I had people friends and family who live here. So it was very emotional for me. My daughters were 12 and 10, I believe, and I haven't really asked them lately how they feel about it, but they do remember it, of course. They mostly remember it through us. Anybody here? Hi, Paragon. Hi, Brett from LA. How's the smoke? How are the fires? I know they're bad. Oregon has been evacuating a lot of people. So tough times right now for everybody. Pandemic is still raging around the world, and I'm talking about 9/11, which I should be talking about because it is 9/11. It's the anniversary of 9/11, and it's an important day around the world and for us in the United States, and us particularly in New York City. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to not turn around. I'm going to tilt it down so you can see my desk. Not really good angle. Let's see. There we go. Still not a very good angle. So I thought I would draw today about. I've done drawings over the years about 9/11. Today I thought I would draw about the first responders. Use ink, and the ink, and a Croquill pen. I do draw with digitally. I do often use my iPad. I'm gonna leave this on. It's hard for you to see, isn't it? Keep moving away from the camera. Can't really see, can you? I don't think this pen is sticking off. I have another one that's different. Liza Draws here, cartoonist and writer for the New Yorker, New York Times, other places, and I'm drawing about 9/11, and I want to focus on the first responders. I'm in New York City right now. I'm going to go down to the site this evening around 6 o'clock. I'll be down there, and I might live draw from from the monument. It's a very powerful. You see, very powerful museum and monument to the victims of 9/11, and I don't have the numbers in front of me. I had them earlier. How many first responders died on that day and on that several weeks around 9/11. And I know a very sad number of them have died since then because of cancer or other health-related issues for having been down there. Both Trump and Biden have been doing things today, of course. This is Liza Donnelly. I'm live drawing something about 9/11, the anniversary is today, of course. And I'm in New York City drawing something about the first responders, the heroes, that when everybody was running away from the towers collapsing, they were running towards the towers collapsing. I don't know any firefighters. I know one firefighter who works on a helicopter. But I'm going to take this off and then I can hold the camera so you can see better. It's really hard for you to see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hi, Brett. It's hard to believe 19 years have passed since then, but 2020 has reminded me of that ongoing sense of turmoil and that feeling of a titanic shift happening in the world. Really well put, Brett. Yeah. Thank you, Adventurous War 9853. Thank you. Says I have great skill. Is that a dress? No, I'm not wearing a dress. Sit back more. It's hard because I've got this. I'm going to take this out of the thing and hold it over my hand so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to actually flip you around and hold it like this. So it's easier for me. I'm going to put some color in here. I think I can do it by holding this. Colored pencil. It's just the right color for these guys. Stripes on there. These people who fight fires and who fought the destruction of 9/11 are really amazing people. They don't really fully have a grasp on what kind of people they are. Let's change my glasses because I just want to put some abs on them. Well, the abs are underneath the heavy clothing that they had to wear. Hi, Peter from Seattle. Hope you're safe, Peter. All right, I'm going to do some painting here. I'm looking for a certain pencil. Is this one? Nope. This is a particular kind of pencil that is a watercolor pencil. And cartoonist and a writer for the New Yorker, the New York Times, and other places, and I often do cartoons that have a caption or an idea to them, or have some kind of other commentary. But this is not. This is more just wanting to. It didn't work. I thought it was complete. I did do a cartoon right after 9/11, 19 years ago. The New Yorker published it. It was not a funny cartoon, of course. It was about a little girl who was standing in front of her father, who was watching the television right after 9/11, and she says, "Daddy, can I stop being worried now?" These are my supplies. I'm going to use ink for this. My watercolors don't have a black. You have to make your own black, which I don't really have time for right now. So. So I'm a cartoonist. 9/11 was a very emotional day, a week, month, year for all of us. I was not living in New York City at the time. I moved just north of the city to raise my daughters with my husband, and but we had friends and family who were here. I didn't know anybody who died in 9/11. I feel very unusual. I know somebody whose husband died, but I didn't know him. What that was. But I just wanted to draw some first responders to honor them for what they sacrificed. Many of them. There's like somebody have the number. It's probably over 300 firefighters died that day or that week, and then many have died since related illnesses, cancer, and other. Where were you all when this happened? If you were a grown-up, tell me where you were, how you heard about it. I just said on the stream that this time period reminds him of the feelings of 9/11, the feeling of the unknown and the disastrous death and senseless death, and I feel that too. I was old enough to be around in another difficult time, but nothing like this. Back in the 70s during the Watergate, the Vietnam War, it was also quite a difficult time, but nothing like this. Let's see what you guys are saying. Um, let's see. Let's scroll up to your comments. I'm hearing a lot of wind noise. Okay, yeah, that's my fan. It's a little warm in the turn this on. There we go. Is that better? Sorry about that. Yeah, this is my window, New York City. um, Hello, Rose from New Haven. Padraig says, capturing expressions with a minimalist drawing is an amazing skill. Congrats. Thank you. Hi, Kate. Love the drawing, but the connection is very muffled, so I catch you on Instagram later. Yeah, I'll be doing this on Instagram shortly. This one I didn't give him a face yet, but I will when it dries. I don't know why I didn't give him a face, because his head is hanging. Sorry about the wind. I apologize. I didn't realize that it would cause such a noise. Liza Donnelly here in New York, cartoonist and writer. I just drew this to honor the firefighters and first responders that died in 9/11. Somebody says they have a relative who died. I'm really so sorry to hear that. Somebody says, Etzo Britt says, I was in high school at the time. Those men and women inspired me to become a volunteer firefighter in my hometown after college. That's fantastic. Good for you. I really have a lot of respect for that. I can't imagine what it's like. It must be very stressful and difficult. Brett says, I was working near the federal building in LA. We were evacuated because they were afraid it was a target for the planes. Yes, I remember feeling that we didn't know what was going on. The whole country was being attacked. Synthetic Valkyr says Trump promised to sue Saudi Arabia for 9/11, but yet the country has faced no repercussions. Somebody wasn't even born when this happened. Well, there's a lot of people like you. It's 19 years ago. It's amazing to me. Thank you, Livingston Popper. Never forget. Yeah, we're never going to forget. And thank you to all the amazing firefighters and first responders as well who died during that time and also afterwards. So I'll show you my window. Some trees here. I'm in Manhattan, and the upper part of Manhattan. There's some of you who know New York might know where I am. There's a bridge over there. I love New York. I always have loved New York. I left it to raise my kids. Left the city proper because it was too expensive, and at the time it was a little bit dangerous. Now it's not as dangerous as it was in the 80s. Somebody says, beautiful drawing. My mom's boyfriend was a first responder. Well, I have a great deal of respect and thanks to him. Am I drawing for a newspaper? I'm not drawing for a newspaper right at the moment. This is not for a newspaper. This is for Haps News. I draw for the New Yorker and the New York Times and Medium and many other publications. I've been with CBS and CNN drawing live drawings on my iPad. Right now I'm doing a studio drawing for Haps News. And hopefully when the pandemic, I'll turn this around so I can talk to you. Hopefully when the pandemic is over, I'll be going out and drawing out in the field. Drawing visual journalism is what I call it, and I draw things that I see out in the world. Events, political events, things like that. Someone asks, is New York getting more dangerous again? Hearing mixed stories. I don't feel it, but that's me. Some of the stats say it is getting more dangerous, but I don't know that I believe it. Thank you to all creative types that still honor the people lost in the attacks. Well, thank you for saying that. I'm glad I have a skill that I can use to do something. And awkward cactus says, "I can't believe you're the first person I've heard talk about this. Thank you for recognizing it." Well, I wondered about that this morning. I think in New York City we are aware of it, quite aware of it. How can we not be? But I wonder if the rest of the country, let alone the world, pays much attention to 9/11 anniversary. Um, Thank you, guys. Did you know that after the attacks in New York, there were big solidarity protests in Iran? No, I didn't know that. People were on the streets mourning the dead. I did not know that, but I do remember that there were many countries, people in different countries that were showing us a lot of support and a lot of emotion and a lot of love right after 9/11. I felt it was a global coming together after 9/11, and which was a wonderful feeling. It sort of helped deal with the pain of what we'd just been through. That said, our country, for the first time ever in my lifetime, had joined the rest of the world in a certain daily fear of terrorism. Before 9/11, we didn't feel that. We really didn't, as citizens. We didn't feel a worry about terrorism coming on our shores, when many people in other parts of the world had already been feeling it for decades. So we joined the rest of the world in worry. Hi, Pablo from LA. Thank you. Somebody says, we learned about your drawings in our English class. Wow, that's great to hear. Thank you. That's so interesting. I'm aware that sometimes teachers and professors use my cartoons to talk about political issues or feminist issues or whatever, and that's wonderful. I think it's a great way. I love discussing politics through the drawings of our time and of the past. It's a great way to study history. Reading some of your comments. What are you drawing? Well, I'll show you what I was drawing. I'll turn it around. I was drawing 9/11, the first responders in 9/11. Just trying to give them some respect and some thanks for what they've done for us, what they did for us, and what they still do for us, first responders. Hello from Melbourne, Australia. You watched 9/11 on the late night news, I bet. Hello from Sweden. Good to see you. I love it that HAPS is so international. We've got people from all over the world. All loss of life from airstrikes by us to attacks by them are all part of the same tragedy. I mourn for those killed from our actions and theirs. Yes, well, I wish we could just put an end to all attacks and war. Phyllis, thank you. Phyllis says, I loved your exhibition at the Norman Rockwell Museum. I have a show of my work at a museum in Massachusetts right now called the Norman Rockwell Museum. And it's an honor to have a show there. Hello from Springfield, Missouri. How are you? I just drew this cartoon just to pay my respects to the first responders from 9/11. And I'm going to go down to the memorial later today, just to be there. And I think I'm going to bring my iPad and maybe I'll draw what I see and broadcast for you later today. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Turn this around. Hope you guys are well, staying safe wherever you are in the world, and I hope that you aren't sick from the virus, that you wear your masks, and please take care. And I will see you again next week. I do this every day for HAPS TV, usually around 4 o'clock, 4:30. Today was early because I have a conflict this afternoon. But please join me. Follow me on HAPS. Follow me on all the different social media, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on all of them, and I would love to connect with you. So thanks, Pablo. Thanks, Peter. Thanks to all the HAPS team for supporting me. And please join me again on Monday here on HAPS. Take care.